Good morning. So I had no milk in the fridge this morning because my daughter Lauren had taken the last of the milk, bless her, without telling me. So this morning I came in to have my black coffee and thought to myself, well, there's that saying, don't cry over spilt milk. Well, I have no milk at all, so what does that mean on a metaphoric level? I think that I want to lean into this, so I sipped my black coffee. It was actually not bad, and drew some tarot cards, which I never do because I have I wouldn't say hate relationship with tarot cards, but I feel like they should be used moderately and with a very high awareness to be able to look into them the way that they need to be. So I did, and they were on a surface level looking at them very, very positive, enjoying nice little luxuries, which is quite... So going back to the spilt milk, I need to lean into that in context to the card, and also successful self-employment. And as some may be aware, I'm taking some changes in the way I brand the work that I do. What I took from that message is that my psyche seems to be ramping up a couple of levels. And so I am in contact with a few clients who I keep my number is available to my one-to-ones. It's not something that is often recommended, but when I work, the clients that come to me are, I would say, they're of a certain energy where it works and there's a respect around energy exchange. So the messages I have been getting from individuals are very on point, because if ever, I always see it's a two-way energy exchange, and if I'm meant to receive it, it will come where it blesses both parties. So a message that I would interpret for an individual would also benefit me as a direct message for myself as well. So these messages that have been coming in have been really profound. A lot of very undisputable evidence that gets relayed via source through me to the recipient and then and back to self. And the messages have been about stepping outside of the box, really being able to embrace the fact that we are all different, and also that we have many parts to self. So when it comes to branding, it's to be able to accept that we don't have to pin our individualism into one specific area, that we could in fact be, in theory, jack of all trades. We can be able to, as some may look at it as not really knowing who we are, but really what it is about saying I can be many people. I can reach the world, and the world can reach me in more than just one way, and to be able to embrace that without feeling conflict. And so I think that goes back to the absence of milk within my coffee, because in my life I have felt that the way I have gone and experienced different careers or paths have in the whole not constituted to a value, because it's not really been anything that has to be able to, it hasn't been quantified as a real, I've not concentrated on one specific area, and therefore I can't be held as someone who is in the height of the knowing in a specific profession. I need to lean into where I'm actually going in all this. I think my thoughts are that when I woke up, the initial download that came in was a memory. And this memory was, I was once in a room with a peer. Some of you may know my background, but go on to the course to hear, because that's full another story. But I had said to this peer that I took a dislike to another child, and the reason was that other person had sexually abused me. But then again, on the higher perspective, was it abuse? Let's look at that on another time and space. But as a child, yes, this other child had touched me in a way that didn't feel good to me. So the word got out to an elder because that child decided that I was being very unkind. Of course, I didn't put in context as why I didn't like this other child. And when it got back to from an elder, that elder came to me and felt that they needed to reprimand me for speaking unkind words. And so I was punished and locked in from that moment, a situation where I felt that I was an unkind child for speaking my truth and speaking out, which then led to a event. That event was one of many that constituted a belief that I must keep my truth hidden and not be able to share how I feel to out in the open. The thing is about this course that I'm teaching, I say teach, passing on words of wisdom that have been imparted through my work, is that when people hear the title, they may feel a certain way about joining the group because the word trauma is extremely stigmatized. But then we also know that trauma is an experience that every single human being will experience on this earth. So there's still a huge stigma around trauma because the shame attached to it suggests that each individual is to be imprisoned into silence and to definitely not share, especially in a public forum. So the idea around this group, although, and again, healing is extremely glossed and stigmatized. It's two sides to one coin because healing suggests that it's over. And then we can't possibly join a group because we've already done the inner work. And a lot of my clients are extremely gifted. We all are. And so we feel, we don't want to air our dirty laundry in public, but also it's why would we share our growth or our journey with other individuals? Let's face it, and I am very guilty of this, is to feel like I've mastered my inner work. Not so much because I really am quite open to the fact that we grow continuously, but I'm very used to holding space for others. And so who would possibly be this other child, the one who could hold me in my deepest, darkest shame? Because shame never dies. It just coexists. It just is able to illuminate the light more. So actually what I'm suggesting is that the shame that we embody as a light being on this human experience is the shame is there to cast a shadow into a brightness so the light can make more patterns. And this goes back to tarot cards because we have to be able to read those patterns. We have to, because they're the signs that we see every single day, that are around us every single day. Getting back to the point, I think where I'm going on this group has been designed, and I've been led to build this. It's something that I've held back on for a very long time. It's been designed to bring the most bravest, powerful individuals together to be able to collaborate, to create something bigger than self. And if you know my work or have heard about anyone who has, you understand that it goes beyond me, it goes beyond you. We are connecting with creation. And inadvertently, you will be blessed because it is not coming from a place of understanding that I'm going to fix you or you're going to fix yourself. But ultimately, by connecting in to self, and you will find your miraculous miracles because you are source. You are source energy. You are literally source energy. So I hope this makes sense because I have just done, I just downloaded what was coming into my mind and I needed to share it with you. So I hope you have a blessed day and thank you for listening.